Well, sorry about that, folks. I run out of time. I've got 15 minutes on the screencast facility that I'm using here. So anyway, getting back to it, this is part 2 of arriving in the Philippines for the first time. As I was saying, you come into immigration, they'll ask you your purpose of your stay, that sort of thing. You tell them what you've got to tell them and what you're doing, and they will stamp it, and upon stamping that, you will get a automatic 30-day visa. All the links to what I'm showing you will be in the description box below, so you can click on them, bookmark them, go through them properly and read them for yourselves. That way, whatever information I'm giving you, I'm backing it up with links, so that way you're getting the correct information, or at least getting put into the right direction. So here's a list of the countries that will get you not necessarily an automatic 30 days, but generally without any conditions you can enter, and without any fee you can enter the Philippines and remain there for 30 days. Somebody else pointed out in another video that it's handy if you can provide the flight details or an e-ticket or what have you of you departing the Philippines to show that you have a return ticket. But anyway, here is a list of the countries that you can that give you a 30-day visa into the Philippines. So if your country is on there, you are in luck. All right, that covers that. So that gets you through immigration. Just giving you a look at the rest of the page where I got the information from. You don't need to study it here. Like I said, the link will be in the description below, and you can click on that and read that at your leisure. All right, so getting back to the diagram, you've come in on either one of these two arms. You're walking through the middle here. You get through immigration. You've passed that. Your passport's been stamped. You'll go and get your bags from the carousels here. You'll continue on through to customs. That's where you'll hand in your piece of paper as to whether you're declaring anything. I've only ever had just someone just basically grabbing the piece of paper out of my hand and ushering me forward. So he has a quick glance at it, and that's it. So it's not a great deal there usually. So hopefully that's the same for you. There is an ATM machine here. I wouldn't rely on it. Being that there's only one ATM machine in the whole airport, I certainly wouldn't rely on it. Quite often I've heard of it being out of order, out of cash, those sorts of things. There is banking facilities there, but depending on what time of day you arrive, I just wouldn't rely on it full stop. So when you go into the Philippines, particularly for your first time, because on your returning trips, you usually go home with a few pesos for when you go back into the country to get taxis and those sorts of things. Just makes it easier until you can get to a decent, trusted money changer. I'll go into money changers in another video. But anyway, so you've gone through, you've got your bags, you're out of there. Now, as soon as you go through these doors, you'll be faced with people wanting to take your trolley. They're a contracted company, if you like, with personnel that push your trolleys to wherever it's going to go for a fee, and that's usually quite a decent fee. I think it's believed between 200 or 300 peso, and of course they can name their own price. Actually, I think they can actually come in the airport and pick you up from inside this area here. So if you don't want their service, which you didn't need anyone's service up till that point with pushing your trolley at the airports prior to getting here. So if you don't need them, don't use them. Don't take your hands off the trolley, otherwise their hands will replace yours and start wheeling your trolley and explaining themselves while they're walking with your trolley. and once they start walking with your trolley, you're using their service. So don't let their hands will come on the trolley regardless, but your hands are not to leave it, and just keep politely repeating, no, you don't want their service, thanks very much, but I'm fine, and eventually they'll see that and leave you alone. Alright, so you're coming out. The taxis are over this side on the left as you come out, and also in front of you now as well. There's two different colours, there's white and yellow. The yellow ones are particularly orientated around the airport, so they are there to take you to the other parts of the airport, and they can take you to other areas too, but they are purpose for the airport. I think they're a set fee. They're not the cheapest. They are a bit more pricey than the normal taxi getting around the place. But having said that, it's still cheap in comparison to your homeland. So just use the services if you wish to get to any of the, particularly if you're going to Terminal 4, because on the right hand side there's a free bus service, but I'm pretty confident it only goes to Terminals 2 and 3 and back to Terminal 1. I don't know as it goes to Terminal 4. I can't guarantee that. And of course, if you're going to hotels, then you obviously need the taxi side here. So free bus service shuttle on this side. So as you come out of the doors, turn right, walk about 30 metres, and there's a bus waiting there. If it's not there, it won't be far away. I think there's 3 trips an hour. So every 20 minutes there's a bus leaving at this point here. There's toilets just behind it, and stairs leading downstairs, or leading upstairs, sorry. You actually are downstairs. So buses on the left, buses are on the right, taxis are on the left. And yeah, if you're getting a taxi, just if it's not a set fee and he's got a meter in there, make sure that he turns the meter on. Don't be shy, just say meter on please, and he'll turn the meter on. If he doesn't turn the meter on, he'll just name his price when you get to the destination. So that's something to look out for. As I said, if it's a set fee, then you don't need to worry. Okay, now what else did I want to go through? Yeah, just before, on part 1, I mentioned about ways to avoid Manila Airport altogether if you're going to another destination, is to go to another Asian country and come in that way. If you do use Cebu Pacific Air, pay the extra $10 or $20, whatever it is, it's not very much, to get a emergency exit row, because you will need the leg space. If you're a tall Westerner like I am, I'm 6'2", anywhere above 5'10", and you're going to be in trouble sitting in the normal seats. They're bunched up a bit more closer together than the domestic planes that we're used to. So I don't know, I think they get a couple of extra rows of seats in their planes. So if you're a tall Westerner or a big Westerner like me and tall, then pay the extra and get a emergency aisle seat with ample leg room. There is times where you'll have those seats to yourself because none of them want to pay the extra for it. But it's certainly worthwhile. I guarantee you it's worthwhile. Well, quite frankly, you just won't be able to sit in the other seats. It's as simple as that. But it does avoid going to Manila, and that's worthwhile too if Manila is not your destination. So they're the things to look out for. Take some peso with you. I know you're going to pay through the nose at home for it, and the bank fees are going to slug you as well. But just for peace of mind, you're going to land there, first time, no money, no local currency, everything's relying on tips there, and you've got no money. Don't rely on an ATM machine, that one ATM machine in an international airport that thousands of people go to every day is going to have money for you. And don't rely on the banking system in there being open. And on top of that, their exchange rate's not going to be perfect in the airport either. So you're better off getting to a hotel, and there's plenty of local money changers in malls. Malls are the most secure ones because they're so well guarded. But don't be frightened going there. There's nothing to fear. Just be careful. Don't wear jewellery. Dress down a little bit. You know, if you've got an expensive watch, don't take it to the Philippines. Don't show that you've got money. Don't present yourself as a target. You know, they're not. They just want what you've got. There's a lot of people there with nothing, and you know, they've got to do what they've got to do to survive, and so that sort of presents you as a sort of a robbery risk. But if you dress yourself down, take minimal money on you, don't carry your personal effects in your back pocket and that sort of thing. Make sure you know where everything is at all times, and you'll have a great time. You'll enjoy yourself. Just keep your possessions tight to you, and you know, they're fantastic people. I don't want to scare anyone away. I just want you to know the facts and enjoy it. And if you take these few tips on board, along with other YouTube users and their advice as well, you know, you'll enjoy yourself. It'll be great. I hope everything works out for you. I'm sure a lot of you are going over there to meet your girl for the first time. Again, take all your anything that you had for her, that you've got for her, take in your hand luggage bag. Don't take it in your main luggage, where, you know, someone less fortunate than you is going to help themselves to the baggage. It's just the way it is. And remember, you're in their country by their rules. And so losing your temper and demanding service and doing all that is going to get you nowhere. They're just going to look at you with the biggest grin they can produce, and it's just nothing you can do about it. You're in the Philippines. Just wind yourself back a couple of gears. Take a deep breath if you're about to lose your rag, and just take a deep breath and just remember where you are. Okay, you don't have. The law's not always going to be on your side, so don't anticipate, you know, everything being right from wrong and you're right and they're wrong. Sometimes it just doesn't matter. Just suck it up and move on. That's my advice. Otherwise, it can be quite expensive for you. So just bear that in mind. Just keep you cool. Things are gonna tick you off, particularly because it's very hot anyway. So there's that to consider straight away. Especially if you're coming from Europe, you've just been on a long flight. You're going to be beside yourself when you get there. It's going to be prickling hot, and just keep you cool. Okay, things do happen. It just happens slower in the Philippines. Some of it doesn't seem logical to you and I, but there you have it. There's not much you can do about it. So that's all there is to it, basically. Just relax, enjoy yourself, and yeah, like I say, you'll draw experience from your first visit, and you'll be better prepared for your next one. Hopefully this just gives you a bit of a heads up for your first time round. And if there's anything else I can help you with, particularly on the Cebu side of things where I am a bit more experienced, I can help you out, particularly with hotels and that sort of thing, which ones are good deals, and that, I'll do videos regarding that coming up. But there you have it, part 1 and 2 of arriving in the Philippines for the first time. I hope it's been of use to you. Thanks very much. We'll see you on the next one. Have a good day.